Hello and welcome to Climate Collective. I'm your host, Allie Arciprete, and today we have a very special guest, the Chair of Sustainability in our FIT Student Government Association, Sydney Bigelow.
Hi.
Hello. How are
Hi.
you doing today?
I'm so well. Thanks for having me.
We are so glad to have you here. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your personal experiences and why you're so passionate about sustainability.
Sure. So I'm actually from Louisiana, around New Orleans, which is a Gulf coastal community. So being a coastal community, I have been aware of coastal erosion and contaminated water sources and sea life and everything just from my childhood. So being aware of that definitely set a precedent in my mind in terms of how I view the world around me. And living through experiences of environmental injustice in that area have really shaped me as well. Hurricane Katrina and the BP oil spill happened within a 10-year period, and
both horrible.
Absolutely, completely devastated my community. I mean, our water was contaminated, our seafood all contaminated, which is both employment and our food source. So, I mean, that's definitely set a motivation for how I advocate for this.
Well, it's a little bit inspirational if you ask me. What has been the most fulfilling project or highlights so far in your work as Chair of Sustainability here at FIT?
Well, then there have been so many fulfilling things already, and it's only my first year. But right now we are actually working on divestment at FIT. The administration and the institution still have some holdings in fossil fuel and non-renewable energy, which are actively compromising our futures, and there are no degrees on a dead planet. So we've been working with the administration to pull out those fossil fuel investments and replace them with green energy. We're also working on declaring a climate emergency, which would heighten the nature of urgency surrounding the climate crisis and change the way that we can act on it on campus. So the SGA unanimously agreed to announce one using our influence for good. And we're working with the administration so that they can do the same.
Sounds great. So what is in store in the future for you and the student government? I mean, I'm sure you kind of just let us into it there, but...
Well, we have a lot in store. Specifically, at FIT right now, we are planning the first ever Climate Crisis Town Hall. This is the very first climate programming FIT's ever done. So we want it to have a really big impact, and hopefully it'll inspire other SUNY schools to do the same. We will be declaring our climate emergency there, and hopefully the institution will join us in a pledge of carbon neutrality by 2030. So,
sounds like a good plan. Before we wrap up, could you tell me 3 ways an FIT student can take a step towards a more sustainable lifestyle?
Absolutely. So I think one, definitely eliminating single-use plastic in your daily life. I mean, as much as you can. I know that it can be a difficult thing to do with the way corporations have positioned us, but a lot of organizations give out reusable materials for free, so purchasing those things that you might buy on a daily basis, like your Tupperware, coffee cup, water bottle, all of that. The second thing I would say is to definitely mobilize. Ways you can get involved on campus. You can join my sustainability committee, which meets in the student government office every Monday from 12 to 2, help us plan the Climate Crisis Town Hall and work on legislation within our SGA. You can also mobilize off campus. Greenpeace is the world's largest environmental nonprofit, and their New York office is right down the street on 29th. And I actually used to work there, so my good friend Jasmine is the campaign coordinator, and you can go to their website or email her to get involved directly there. And volunteering is always a great way. I mean, they do beach cleanups, they do outreach and canvassing to talk about the climate crisis, so it's really important. There's other ways you can get involved at FIT too, like joining the Ethics and Sustainability Club, joining the Sustainability Council, Joyce Brown's council. They accept student representation every year, so does the Faculty Sustainability Committee. And FIT Hives, you know, you can get involved with us too. The Honeybee Conservancy is the nonprofit organization that sponsors us, and their office is just down the street as well, so you can always volunteer with us there. We do really cute bee educational activities with kids and a lot of fun pollinator education too. And a third way students can always make an impact is to vote. Obviously, using your voice is one of the best ways you can take a stand on climate policy. Greenpeace actually has a climate change scorecard that ranks the presidential candidates based on their environmental policies. So that's kind of how I based my vote. Bernie Sanders is number one because of his Green New Deal policy, which
Of course.
Absolutely, it'll provide millions of jobs to people in renewable energy field and also shift our country for the better. So I would encourage all students to look at what policies resonate with them and take a stand that way.
Well, thank you so much, Sydney, for being here with us today and
Thank
recommending
you.
all of these good tips. For more information on how to become more active in your community, be sure to visit the Greenpeace website. I'm Allie Arciprete, and we'll see you next time on Climate Collective.